Well, that song was written just a year after I was born.
The first one.
Oh, the second.
Oh, is that right?
No, the first one. No, the first one. Yeah, sure. I better be clear about that. Oh. Yeah, well, the Japanese heard I was going to be born. They bombed Pearl Harbor. I was born soon after that. Well, you got to be light sometimes. There's so much seriousness in life. All right, thank you, Dick. You did a great job. Wow. We're very fortunate today to have Joseph LaPowery. He's the vice chairman of our party. He and I are really working together for the first time, right? And we live at quite a distance from each other, but he does wonderful emails. He's so knowledgeable. I'm always learning from him. And I think he's got to share some good stuff. So Joe, come up here, please, and share your thoughts. Great.
Take out my notes here. Well, I'm very happy to be here today, and I'd like to thank Roseanne and Marty for asking me to speak. It's a great privilege to be amongst fellow patriots from all over New Jersey, and especially here in Sussex County. It's not too, I've only been in this county a few times, and it's a really beautiful mountainous area, and it's just as driving up here, I noticed, you know, what a beautiful place. I know it was probably flooded recently also. Well, anyway, I'm here to talk about the Constitution Party, and to make things very simple, a quick explanation of what the Constitution Party is in its name. It's basically a party that stands up for the Constitution. So if anybody ever asks you if you want to be, you know, give a quick explanation, I would probably, you know, say real quick. And unlike the two major big box parties, it's the only party that acknowledges God and also is pro-life in its platform. Some of the other parties or some of the other politicians, they give a lot of lip service regarding different agendas and stuff, but this is a party of principle and a party that stands for its principles. Now, just to give you a little bit of history, the Constitution Party was founded in 1992, and it was originally called the U.S. Taxpayers Party, and it was founded by Howard Phillips. He was the founder and the first candidate for president to run under the Constitution Party. And for those that aren't familiar with Howard Phillips, he was also in the Reagan administration. He was on the conservative, very conservative person from the 1980s and served under Reagan, and then you know, got tired with the whole two-party thing and started the Constitution Party. Then later on, from 1995 to 99, the Constitution Party was able to achieve ballot access in 39 states throughout the country. And then, and as I mentioned before, it was originally called the U.S. Taxpayers Party. In 1999, it was changed to the Constitution Party. And it's currently the largest third party in the United States, claiming that from the largest amount of registered voters of any third party. Now, what does the Constitution Party stand for? One of the first principles is that it's for restoring America to one nation under God. And as I mentioned before, it's the only party that actually puts God above and in the first place before anything. Secondly, returning our government to limited constitutional government and returning the unalienable right to life for all, including the unborn, the elderly, and the infirm. Also securing our borders and enforcing immigration laws with no amnesty under any guise. Ensuring the individual right to keep and bear arms, the Second Amendment. restoring national sovereignty, which includes withdrawal from the UN, opposition to the proposed North American Union and any of the other UN internationalist schemes that are all throughout the world right now, currently at the tip of everybody's minds, Agenda 21. And also, as Roseanne had mentioned before, there's plenty of literature in the back, both on Tea Party and Constitution Party tables. Please take some home with you and get acquainted with that topic, because it's very important. We're also for maintaining a strong defense, and repealing the federal income tax, eliminating all government spending for unconstitutional programs. In addition to all that, we're also for protecting the unalienable rights of liberty and private property. If you recall in the Declaration of Independence, where it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, originally I was told for constitutional scholars and historians that originally Jefferson, instead of pursuit of happiness, that was supposed to be life, liberty, and property. And private property, because at one time throughout history, most of the people, they were mostly a lot of serfs and poor people and common people, and there was the elite. And a lot of people, the common people, weren't allowed to have any property. So with our republic, we were able to, that's why it was such an important thing to be able to own property. And then we're also for dismantling the Federal Reserve and restoring our nation to constitutional money. Probably many of you know that the Federal Reserve notes that we have are basically play money, and the Federal Reserve Bank is not federal and it doesn't have any reserves. Also, in addition to all that, we're for promoting pro-family policies and ending federal subsidies over education and welfare, and restoring control over elections to state and local authorities. As I mentioned before, we have our Constitution Party table in the back, and I just want to also mention that, Marty had mentioned this, we have our former chairman and Eastern Area States Representative Lowell Patterson, Cal Wortman, who was the former vice chairman, which I took his job away. I didn't take it away. He gave it to me. I got roped into it, I think. But anyway, he's also a delegate to the National Constitution Party Convention. And of course, we've got Marty as our new chairman, and we have Frank Catone from Monmouth County. And so please visit us at the table. And once again, I'd like to thank Roseanne and urge you to support her and vote for her in her candidacy for New Jersey Assembly. And I also, and to support, at the same time, supporting her Declaration of Restoration. I was very impressed. I agree with the entire declaration as she wrote it. And I'm also impressed with the fact that we have so many talented people here today, as far as politician singers and our bluegrass folk singers and stuff. It was such an inspiring. In fact, I'm so happy. I originally was having thoughts about coming here today because I had such a long drive from Thomasville, New Jersey, but I'm really happy I made it up here, and I find it very inspirational, and I'm having a good time, and I'm glad to be here. And once again, thank you, and I'm going to pass the microphone back to Marty.